Good morning, guys. Dr. Dual Sport. Looks like 28 degrees. Beginning mileage 22062. 22062. Well, guys, like I said, I'm just going to go for a little short ride, very short. But the main thing, I wanted to stop out by the Honda shop there to see if they happen to see if they're going to be able to get that snowplow ready for my four-wheeler, because we're supposed to get the snowstorm, that ice. We're supposed to get that snowstorm, tonight, tomorrow. And anyway, it'd be nice to have that to clear the snow away from the store uptown there. But anyway, it's been nice. Pretty nice weather the last few days. No snow, and I was able to do some longer rides, which was kind of nice. Kind of enjoyed that. Kind of got that out of my system though now, and I'm about ready to get some snow, so I can ride the little CRF 230. Anyway, the snow is good stuff around here. We really rely on it. But the one downside, though, is I had one person ask me, what about all the salt on the roads with your bike? Don't you worry about your suspension and wiring and stuff like that? And anyway, I answered him back, and I said, yeah, well, I try to, every time we get a day that's warm enough so that the water doesn't just freeze onto the bike, I'll try to spray it off and, keep that stuff off of there. So that's my plan for later this afternoon. I'm going to take the bike back out when it gets warms up. It's supposed to get up to, right now, what was it? It was 28 or so, I think that's what it was. Anyway, it's supposed to warm up, clear into the mid 40s, 45, or maybe even a little higher, prior to the storm coming in. So that'll be the time that I can, get the salt washed off the bike, and then get it dried off good, so I can get it back in the trailer. But with salt isn't the worst thing that could happen to you. I'll tell you what is the worst thing that could happen to you, and that's mag chloride. And I'll tell you where they use a lot of that, and that's in the state of Colorado. When I used to drive truck, I hated to run I-70 because they would spray that stuff on there. My God, it would get on your windshield, and it was just like it was oily. It would smear. And it was just it was hard to wash off too, and I guess it keeps the roads from icing over, does its job there. But boy, that's some bad stuff, and it would get into your wiring. I had a couple of different problems a couple times on tail lights on the trailer, where that stuff would seep up in there, and then it would just eat the wires right up. So I'm not a big fan of the mag chloride, and but another thing I'm not a big fan of is the tire chains. Tire chains got their place. We've used them around here on the trucks and stuff when the snow's real deep for feeding cattle or something. I even used to have some snow chains on a tractor, but that was before we had the front wheel drive tractors, which are common now. But chains are good, but at a low speed. And what I hated about Colorado, running an I-70, you'd get over there, and then they'd flip on the chain law and see if you get caught running up the hill there without the chains on, you get a fine, And but if you put the chains on, God, you can only go 30 miles an hour, or you're gonna throw the chains off. You got to put them on. You got to run them for a while. You got to stop and retighten them, and you got to know what you're doing. Put them on right. They're just total pain in the ass. So, and that road, you know, you could make that road no problem without the chains if you didn't have some driver screw up, you know. So anyway, you get some guy with a set of doubles or something that spin out in front of you, and then if the traffic was such that you didn't have anywhere to go to get around him, then if you had to stop, then you were stuck too, because you couldn't get going again. So I totally hated Colorado. If I could run just a few miles longer, I'd take I-80 through Wyoming. 'Cause hell, Wyoming, they don't really put all that shit on their roads that much, but God, you can always get through. You know, even, and then in Wyoming, God, it doesn't even need to snow to get snow on the road. They'll get one snowstorm there, a good snowstorm in the fall, and then that, like going across the Elk Mountain or other places, that the wind will just blow that snow back and forth. It'll blow one way, it'll blow it one day, it'll blow it one way, the next day it'll blow it another. Anyway, that Elk Mountain is noted for that. God, it would just it drift over. There'd only be one lane open, but it was still better than playing that chain law game there in Colorado. So I liked running Wyoming a lot better. Anyway, like I said, I'm gonna pull into the Honda shop here and just take a quick check on that four-wheeler. See if they're maybe be able to get that plow going. Then I'm gonna kind of mosey back on the house there, and then like no big rides today, and then try and get this bike washed off. I'll pull off here and let you know where we're at here, or I'll let you take a look at it. Anyway, you can see I got all that salt and shit on the back there, and I got salt all over the front and everything. So
lights on that thing, Oh, that's freaking hilarious. They do? Did they come on when you stepped on the brake light?
no, I haven't.
Oh, now I know he's Santa Claus. You're the only guy with enough balls to be out on the roads, man. I don't think this guy owns a car.
Not as warm as hell today. I didn't. Ending mileage 22074. 22074. And Dr. Dual Sport out.